2 days. That is how long has passed in the save since you were last with me. It does feel like this is more of a second part to a bigger video because, of course, we've just had those two massive games in the FA Cup. And, of course, we've got another two massive games coming up this episode. Couldn't cram it all into one. So it feels more like it's been spread over two episodes. Of course, welcome back to Academy to Anfield. I thought, just to start this video, I'd treat you with a little FA Cup 5th round draw. So I'm going to get into that in a second. And we'll see who we've got. Hopefully, it's another team we could probably put the youth players out, the homegrown players out, we'll call them now, and do a job on someone with them. So, of course, 2 days. I said 2 days have passed since you were last with me. Of course, we've got Ajax in the Champions League. We need to beat them. Obviously, 5th place at the moment. They've got a playoff place secured. So have we. We need to beat them if we want any chance of getting automatic qualification for the last 16. That would be really, really good for us. It's just save us going through the hassle of that playoff and potentially losing that. And then, of course, we come back and we've got a huge game against Chelsea, who are in second, a point ahead of us. So that is a big, big, big 6-pointer right there. So, like I said, we've just played two massive games. And, of course, we've got 2 games ahead. Schedule's looking quite nice. Results are looking very nice. You can see there, apart from the Swansea game, we hadn't conceded in 6+ games there. So, form is very, very good at the moment. One thing to note, Alexis McAllister is finally going to leave us in the summer. As you can see, he's joining Nice from France. Probably should have got some money for him, but we've got 250 million plus in the bank, so I'm not that bothered. He's only played 9 games this year for us, well, 10 in total, of course, all from the subs bench. So he's not going to be a big miss in that sense. Of course, we don't rarely use him. We've got a lot of midfield talent that we need to develop and need to keep happy. So I'm not really sad to see him go. He probably won't be that missed, unfortunately to say. So sorry there, Alexis McAllister. But yeah, you're gone at the end of the season. No big loss. So I think we'll just get straight into that 5th round FA Cup draw and see who we've got. So I like I said, 16 teams left. I would like to get someone pretty. I wouldn't want to get Man City, put it that way, or Chelsea. Wouldn't want to get Man City. Wouldn't want to get Arsenal, Man United, or Tottenham, preferably. We want to put out the kids, really, and do it that way. But I think we're just going to skip straight to our team. And Crystal Palace. So, do you know what? I'm actually happy with that. I think they're a championship side now. They are, although they're first. So that will probably be a really good test for our youth players. So we'll stick them out, obviously, against Crystal Palace and hope for the best. But of course, in the meantime, we've got a big game against Ajax to play. So I'm going to show you the lineup and we're going to get straight into that one. So if we want any chance of getting into that automatic Champions League qualification, in fact, if we win, it will guarantee us automatic qualification for the last 16. We need to beat Ajax. This is the lineup, of course. We've got Alisson in goal, Bradley, Millwall, Konate and Robertson are the back four. Midfield 3, Bajcetic, Szoboszlai and King. And of course, up front, we've got Ben Doak, Salah and Stone. So here we go, obviously, at Anfield. We've played Ajax a couple of seasons ago in the last 16, potentially. I think it was the last 16. And if I'm honest, they did us big time, both home and away. I think we lost something like 4-5-0 on aggregate. Oh, this is a lovely start. Mark King, I think we need to start putting replays of goals on, because he just shimmied it around the goalkeeper and just passed it into an open net. I think we need to start putting replays on, don't we? Replays are on, but for nothing. So I think we'll just do. There we go. Stick the replays on because we miss good little goals like that. So, but yeah, I was saying we got done over by Ajax a couple of seasons ago. We played them quite a few times now in the Champions League, and generally speaking, we don't come off the better team. So it would be nice, and of course it would be nice, but it would also be very significant if we can beat Ajax, because I think I've said 1 or 2 times that we'll get automatic qualification. So I think actually we'd leapfrog Ajax. There we go. Yeah. So that's quite nice, isn't it? Sitting third in the Champions League table, ahead of the likes of PSG, Real Madrid, Barcelona. Speaking of which, I can't actually see Barcelona. Oh, there they are, down in 18th. So, yeah, really bad. Dortmund there going out, potentially. Probably the biggest team going out so far. But, yeah, nice to see us up. Okay, 4th place now, but nice to see us in the top 8. For the first time in a couple of seasons, we did struggle, I think, last year and got knocked out by Napoli in the end in the playoff round. So I'd like to miss that playoff round and go straight through to the last 16 if possible this year. But that's a lovely 1-2 there with Ben Doak. Plays it into Stone. I mean, is it too early to say we're wrapping this up and making it look pretty easy? Ben Doak there with a lovely assist there for Jason Stone. As you can see, nice little 1-2. Lovely there. But do you know what? It kind of startled me for a second. Lovely finish there by Stone. But yeah, it really startled me. I think, oh, we've got another replay. We've got another highlight, but I just forgot. I did actually just click replays on, didn't I? So, ignore me. I'm just talking absolute rubbish, of course. But Ajax now with a response, and I think that's just about cleared there by Konate. Otherwise, Ajax were in there, and they've just hit that over there. But so far, so good. It's good to see. I mean, I say it all the time, but it is good to see Mark King on the score sheet, Jason Stone on the score sheet, Ben Doak getting an assist. I did lose hope with Ben Doak at the end of last season, beginning of this season. Too many injuries. Really, really too many injuries. Quite cruel, but it did hinder his progress, development, whatever you want to call it, quite a lot. I mean, I think now he's a 4-star potential ability player. Actually, we're just going to have a quick look. 4-star potential ability. So it's definitely limited his potential. All those injuries he was getting, but he's had a good season so far. So there still is hope he can be a top player out of this. So I've not given up on him just yet. I kind of did at one point, but after a few good performances, he's just hit the post there. Mo Salah finishes up with a rebound. I mean, that was unfortunate. Ben Doak didn't score that. But yeah, after a few good performances, I thought we'll stick him in there. And he's kind of come good so far, but it's always, I mean, look at this. Oh, that was so unlucky not to hit the post, not to go in, hit the post there. But ball come out to Mo Salah in the right place at the right time. And we're 3-0 up. It's not even half time, really. So definitely enjoying our football. It's been a while, hasn't it? It's definitely been a good season and a bit since we last enjoyed some proper football. But it finally looks like we might actually be, I mean, Ajax there get a goal back just before half-time. Hopefully, it's just a consolation and we haven't got to worry about that. But just before half-time makes it a bit iffy. I think we need the half-time whistle to come now. Just get in, regroup, and come out firing on all cylinders again. But let's just start the second half there. And I mean, just thinking worst case scenario, if we did draw this, which we won't, of course we won't. I think we'd finish on 15 points. No, 16 points, wouldn't we? Which would come down to goal difference head to head or whatnot. So rather than have that headache, I would prefer us just to score another goal, another 2 goals, and pretend we don't even need to worry. That would be nice. But I think we're going to look at making a sub. I think, well, Dominic Szoboszlai there is not having the best of games. He hasn't played. I wondered if we take Salah off, put Szoboszlai out there on the right, and bring Harvey Elliott on. Mark King's having a good game. He can stay on. Ben Doak also having a good game. Although I think, because we like to look after our youth players, I think Robbo can come off there on the yellow card. And I've obviously put Watmore on, who has had a couple of good games. Of course, not really played for me at all until last episode. Now he's got about 5 or 6 appearances in the bag. So Bajcetic weirdly going backwards there when he didn't really need to. But playing the ball around nicely. Watmore with the ball on the edge of the... Oh, wow, what happened there? Nearly passed it into his own net. But I was going to say Watmore doesn't have the best crossing ability, which is not ideal. But he's still young enough to develop that, hopefully. A bit of a goal line. Oh, God, no. A bit of a scramble in the box. I think Ajax are going to get it away. But we just need to keep it tight. But of course, I mean, I don't know what you guys think, but it's probably quite a well-known thing, isn't it? That unless you tell your team to demand more when you're losing or encourage them when it's a bit of a draw or whatnot, then all of these absolutely useless. So yeah, we won't use them. I think that's something that they could probably look at changing, isn't it? Hopefully in future FMs and stuff, that the shouts from the sideline are ridiculously stupid apart from about 2 of them. So yeah, maybe that's something I look at in future. But I digress. I think time for Tornianen to come on. I think we're going to replace Ben Doak with him. He's had a good game. But to be fair, I was going to start Tornianen from the start, but I thought he has played quite a few games in the past couple of weeks on the save, and probably could do with sitting out this one. But give him 10 minutes at the end, just keep his match sharpness up. Sober's there going down injured. I think Johnny Webb's going to come on for him. We can't. Of course we can't, because we've used all our subs. So you can't ask me to make a substitution when we've got no subs left. So looks like we're playing out the last couple of minutes with 10 men, but it shouldn't matter now, should it? We're 3-1 up. I'd probably be a lot more worried if it was 1-1, but I think that's it. And there we go. 3-1 winners. Although, we didn't really probably have the best of half, second half. You can see there by the stats. We've absolutely dominated them in every single aspect, really. But there we have it. A good start to the episode. Beating Ajax 3-1, going through and going straight through to the last 16. Haven't got to worry about that playoff stuff, which is always a good thing. Of course, we've got Chelsea to play in a second. Just confirmation there that we qualify for the round of 16. So let's take a look at Sober's injured for 3 to 4 weeks, or 3 to 6 weeks, sorry. So not ideal. Hopefully, one of the younger players can step up in midfield. But there we go. We've beat Ajax. We're going to move swiftly onto that Chelsea game and hopefully maybe put ourselves back in the title picture. And here we go. The team to play, of course, Chelsea. We've got Alisson in goal. Trent, Pinnington, Gomez and Robertson are the back four. Midfield, King, Elliott and Bajcetic. And then in front of them, we've got Tornianen, Stone and Salah. So here we go. Kick-off in the big 6-pointer at the top of the Premier League. We do need to win this to try and close that gap on Arsenal. We've done a good job so far. I think Arsenal were about 10 points ahead of most other teams, actually, at one point. But we have put together pretty good form in the last 5 to 10 games. However, this Chelsea game is probably going to be the big test of whether that form is all in vain and we lose at home or put in a really bad performance, or we finally beat a big team. We've really struggled to beat the big teams this year. I think I've touched upon it a couple of times that, especially last season, we've really struggled to beat the bigger teams. We can quite easily beat the lesser teams in the league, but when it comes to the big ones, we generally got pretty trounced. So I think, result aside, just a good performance would be, that's deflected there and gone wide from Elliott. But yeah, just putting in a good performance would probably be the first stage. Getting the result would be absolutely brilliant. However, I think just seeing us with a good Tornianen there hits it just over the bar would be a good start. Yeah, that good performance. So, so far, not looking too bad. However, we know Chelsea are dangerous on the counter-attack. We know we're prone to mistakes every so often. So all of that can sometimes be not good when you put it all together. Like example A, that's happening right in front of us. It would be better to get the ball off them. We do need to close that ball down. Chelsea are just playing it around quite nicely at the moment, making us chase, but we're not really getting anywhere. But we need to look out for that through ball, especially, what have I just said? What did I just say? When you put Chelsea together, who are good at counter-attacking, and you put us next to them, who can barely, sometimes make mistakes, that's what happens. And, Tornianen there, for all the credit I've given him, has just done an absolute hospital pass there. And Lavia there has ran off, celebrated a goal that probably shouldn't have been deserved. So yet again, we're behind to a top team in the league through no fault of our own, which is probably the most frustrating thing about these games when you lose them very, very narrowly. I mean, we've done it to Man City over the years. A couple of seasons ago, I think we lost through an own goal in the last minute, and it was literally the last minute. It was the 98th minute or something ridiculous like that. We've given away penalties in sort of the last 10 minutes of games against teams like Chelsea. So, I mean, it's just one of those things, but it's just frustrating to always see it happen against a big team. And then, of course, with that 1-goal lead, they don't really need to push us, and we've got to do all the work. So this is where we kind of come unstuck a little bit, I think. I think we're going to play a bit more attacking, give them some encouragement and hope for the best, really. But it's just, apart from that one chance, haven't had a chance anyway, but I can't really say we have either. So maybe I can't be jumping up and down and shouting too loud. But I think Stone's going to come off. Looks knackered, not played well at all. But the fact that we're at home at Anfield, I would like to actually get something out of the game. I don't know whether Mo Salah's had a really quiet game. Do you know what? We're not even going to encourage him anymore. We're going to shout at him. And this is what it gets us. A Chelsea corner. Whips it in to the far post from Chelsea. Alisson there picks the ball up. We've got to be sensible with this. We've got to be really sensible with this, how we play this. Just thought I'd get that in there to just sort of drum a bit of positivity into the boys. We don't need to lose the ball, which we've done already. Trent gets it back. That's a good start. King to Elliott. Need to keep hold of this ball and make it count. Ben Doak plays it back to Bajcetic, to King. Lovely through ball to Tornianen. Back to Robertson, to Elliott on the edge of the box. That is proper football. That is what we like to see. And that's the kind of football we've been watching from the last 10 games. Lovely little pullback there from Tornianen to Robertson. Plays it square to Elliott. And that is a lovely finish into the bottom corner. And I mean, I don't see Chelsea playing good football like that. Put it that way. I just don't want it to be in vain now. I would like to kick on. I think if we just go back to our positive mentality like we have, go a little bit encouraging on the boys. Probably my fault. I've been too interested in the actual action that I forgot to even make substitutes. So I think Mark King can come off and Gravenberch can come on there. I'm just thinking potentially bring Bajcetic. Do you know what? I think, because it sometimes works, Bajcetic can swap with Trent and he can come off for Bradley there. Put Trent in that. No, we can't. Okay, just cancel then. Don't just ignore me. Don't worry. That never happened. Just get too excited making substitutes sometimes. Get away with it. I mean, sort of get carried away with it. Sorry. 93rd minute. There is a highlight. Please don't let it be a Chelsea goal. I've banged on so many times about how cruel this game can be against the bigger teams. Those last minute goals we lose, own goals, penalties, etc. So I think we deserve something in our favour for once. Ben Doak with the ball, plays it through to Robertson. Can't get on the end of the ball. And Chelsea look like they might come away with it, but Ben Doak there with a great tackle. Ben Doak is on the ball again from the left-hand side. Chelsea get it away, but only as far as Gomez there. Nice little back heel to Robertson. Is he going to whip the ball in? He does. Kumas just misses the goal there. I think that's a corner, but thinking maybe if that was Stone, that would have been in, but very good chance there from Kumas. Unfortunately, didn't get it in the back of the net, but this could be the last chance. Gomez, I mean, that was miles away, wasn't it? I think that's it, yeah, 1-1. I did say, first and foremost, we want a good performance. We did get a good performance. We were unlucky with that goal Chelsea scored from that Tornianen mistake. So all in all, it was 1-1, but the performance was definitely something positive and something to build upon these big teams. So we're still within touching distance. Hopefully Arsenal lose their game in hand, and they don't start sort of racing away again. But there we go, guys. Not a bad performance at all against Chelsea. Unfortunate about the result, but of course it is what it is. Ruins that nice patch of green, those nice green dots all the way down there on the form chart. Unfortunately, but I think you're going to see us back here. I think we're going to come back probably for the second leg of that round of 16 and the Leeds game, only because I'm thinking of the youth intake to show you as well. We might come back for the UEFA Champions League game and the Sunderland game to give us a chance to see that youth intake. But but rest assured, we'll come back definitely on the 7th of March for that Champions League second leg for definite, and then we'll work out from there where we go. But of course, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.